Welcome to Good Vital Mornings. Daily inspiration and that good music. Yes, yes, yes. Good Vital Morning, daily inspiration and that good music. I'm your boy, your cousin, your big unk, all that, a bag of chips and a 50-cent juice. I am he, Mr. P.L. Sweets, here to inspire you daily. I'm your morning sensei, your daily inspirator. I'm all that a bag of chips and a 50-cent juice. Here, Good Vital Mornings podcast here Monday through Friday to my new listeners. All of my community of Good Vital Morning listeners, good morning. Good morning. I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your day. You know, our mantra is to get you, not to get you to your day, but get you through your day. So wherever you are in the world, I'm with you, you with me. We're all together as one. Shouts out to the one and only Duke Tango, Rucker Park, EBC. That's where I got that quote from. Anyway, if you are, wherever you are listening or viewing, copy the link. Because you can find us on Facebook. You may find it on YouTube. You may have whatever platform you listen on. Copy the link, send it to someone, and tell that person to send it to somebody else. That's how we grow. That's how we grow. That's how we make it happen. So I'm excited to be able to do this. We're over 100 shows, and I'm blown away that we've even gotten this far. And if you really, really love podcasting, you listen to positive podcasts, go over to repurposenetwork.com and view all of the podcasts that we have on the site. That will be a blessing to your life, to be able to grow together. So, me and my wife have the privilege of babysitting a 1-year-old. Now, those of you who have little kids, they are a joy and a mess. This is one thing I learned about little kids. When I say little kids, I mean like 6 and that's not even 6. Let's say 10 and under. Let's say 10 young kids. Is that what you don't want to do is make promises that you can't keep, because they will wear you out. Have you ever done that? Said, I'm going to take you to get ice cream. And you go, oh, shoot. Now I really, really got to do it. I don't want to be, the look on their face, the disappointment. And then they remind you, you said you were going to do it. You said you promised. Yeah. You promised. Not only that does that put a pebble in your shoe with little kids, but have you ever said yes to too many things? Raise your hands. I'm so guilty. I've said yes to things that I know I shouldn't have said yes to. What I mean by that is taking on more projects than you can actually handle. I do. My friend of mine, Al Cash, he calls me the octopus. He said, I said, why did you call me that? He said, because you do a lot of things. And this is the thing. You get a phone call about this thing. And then on the other side of your brain, you get a phone call about this thing. And then the back of your brain, you get a call about this. And somehow you got to make that all dance. And somehow your word went out. And now it's time to deliver. And this is what I've learned. I'm going to illustrate this to you. So let's say, let me grab a cup. Say I have this cup, right? I have this cup and it's in my hand. I want to ask you a question. With this cup in my hand, if you're viewing, I have a cup. If you're listening, I have a cup in my hand. If I have this cup in my hand, can I pick up something else with these hands? Not put it on your shoulder and make it dance. We've done that, balancing that. I'm talking about in your hands. So this is what I've had to literally do. When I say yes to something that someone asked of me to do, whether it's a paid job, where it's just I'm doing it out of the love, the thing is, I have to put something down to pick something up. I have to put something down to pick something up. So then this is what happens. You picked up so much stuff that you physically can't do it. Physically and mentally, you cannot come through. It is impossible. So I normally space my stuff out. If I say I'm going to do something, I try to give a realistic time frame. But if you've bitten off more than you can chew, that's an old saying, bitten off more than you can chew. I suggest you really look at what you have to put down to pick up. I'll give you a great example. Another one in my life. I handle the social media for myself, right? But I find myself needing to put that down to do something else, like import podcasts or do mixing or whatever. I cannot edit a video on my phone while mixing a podcast, a record, or anything. I have to put one of those things down. So therefore, I have to prioritize my time. Sometimes you got to prioritize rest. You know that you have to practice saying the two-letter word. No, I can't do it. And give a time frame of when you can do it or you can't do it. Okay. Another third example. If someone calls me and asks me to do something, I do not agree immediately. Because 9 times out of 10, I don't remember everything. I'll check my calendar, I'll check on my wife, check on my assistant. But 9 times out of 10, I do not remember. I don't. And I say this mantra to my wife all the time. Anybody in my life knows it. If it's not on the calendar, it is not real. If it's not on the calendar, it does not exist in my world. It has to be on the calendar. I don't care what it is. If it's not on the calendar, it's not real. And if it's not real, then I did not agree to it. So I have to stop and say, all right, let me get back to you. Just so I can remember, then give a realistic time frame. Like someone called me for some work, and I had to tell them. I said, "Listen, I literally cannot get to this until maybe 3.5 weeks. Not even look at it. I cannot even get to it for 3.5 weeks. If you can wait 3.5 weeks, we can do it. But if you need this before that time, then I'm not your guy." Were they disappointed? Yes. But you know what I was? I was not picking something up that I could not carry to the finish line within a certain time frame. So sometimes you just can't look at money. You cannot look at money. You have to look at what you can physically handle. Which leads me to this. The title of this album by Dionne Warwick. If you are listening, I am holding up the cover to Dionne Warwick's Promises. Now, I'm not going to play that song from this album, but what I did not know is that there's a song on this album that I love that was sung in another gender reference. You get it in a minute. So Promises, Promises is the title of the 1968 album by Dionne Warwick. It was her 11th studio album. And most of them were produced by songwriting team Burt Bacharach and Hal David. Now, Promises, Promises, the title and the song comes from a musical with that Burt Bacharach and Hal David did the music for. It's based on a book by Neil Simon, based on a film in the 1960s called The Apartment. Now, there was a song on this album that I did not know she did.
And you'll be my God. If not, I'll just die.
I do not know this version of this song because the version that I know is this version.
My hands are shaking. Let my heart break, 'cause I need your love.
Yes.
I want your love. Say you're in love.
This is the version called This Guy's in Love with You. Dionne Warwick says That Girl's in Love with You. This was recorded by Herb Alpert. Known for his trumpet playing, the leader of the Tijuana Brass, this became a number one smash hit. Number one smash hit. It also appeared on an artist by the name of Danny Williams. Danny Williams was like the UK version of I'm trying to think of the guy. He kind of reminded me of, I can't think of his name. I'm sorry. I can't think of his name. But he was kind of like a proper South African singer, like operatic singer. I would play, but it's just too much music to be playing today. So this is what I want you to walk away with. Promises. The promises. Don't pick up things you can't carry to the finish line. Look at your inventory. See what you can do. And learn to say no. Hey, you go be amazing. You have a great day. And I'm going to say it like my good friend Corrado always says. Be good to yourself.